I've started to view love languages in the same way that I view the let them theory. In that the let them theory gets the conversation going around autonomy and agency and making informed decisions about where you're going to invest your emotional energy. The let them theory does give us space to start having conversations about relationships and radical acceptance around relationships and taking accountability of how we are contributing to the relationship dynamic and changing what's within our control to change. The issue that sometimes I take up with the let them theory is that it can lack nuance. And I know that the let them theory is a book, and so it's hard to get into all the nuances in a book because it'd be like a million pages. Well, love languages also give us language. It can give us a framework to course correct, be curious, and find solutions when there's a disconnect between someone saying that they love us and us feeling loved by them, or us telling someone that we love them and them feeling loved by us. Where I believe that love languages and the let them theory miss the mark a little bit is that sometimes it promises things that it cannot deliver on. And if I tell somebody that my love language is gifts and you buy me a gift, and maybe the gift is not something that I really like. Yeah, I might like gifts, but beyond liking gifts, what might be my love language is attunement. That someone knows me and notices me and knows what I like, and then that they consider me even when I'm not present, and even when it's not maybe an occasion, and that they will, with the knowledge that they have of me and thinking about me when I'm outside of their view, will then find a gift that they believe I will enjoy, I will appreciate, and will reflect their understanding of me. And then that's what allows gifts to feel like this loving exchange. As an eldest daughter and a recovering hyper independent, I have definitely said that my love language is acts of service. Embedded in that act of service is somebody doing something without me having to ask. For me not having to make the request. Yes, I know that it's important for us to speak up and that our needs will go unmet if we are not willing to communicate them and articulate them. And there's something that is so loving for me for someone to know me enough to know what I might like or what might be helpful or value adding in the moment, and to take initiative to do that without me being asked. This idea of love languages gets us on a pathway to start having conversations and being curious about what it is that allows us to express and experience love. But I do think that love languages don't go far enough. I invite you to expand kind of your ideas about love and reimagine them, not as this checklist of like, is it gifts? Is it touch? Is it quality time? Is it words of affirmation? And it's attunement. It's paying attention on purpose. It's the art of noticing. It is being aware of who the other person is. Being present with a person is also very loving, meaning that you're not distracted. We live in a world where there's a lot of things that are vying for our attention. So being present is a language of love. It's curiosity. It's asking questions. It's being interested in them and what they're thinking and going through and what might be happening in their mind, in their world. It is allowing them to feel seen and heard by you. Also, consideration. Consider me. Think of me when I'm not there. Think about how I might feel, what I might need, what could be my response, what could be my experience of a situation. Now, that doesn't mean that you are overthinking, overanalyzing, over-focusing on just me and my needs. But so oftentimes when people experience a rupture or a disappointment in a relationship, the person who feels wounded, part of that wound is not having been considered. When the other person says, oh yeah, I did that thing, but it wasn't my intent to hurt you. I wasn't even thinking about you. And that's the hurt. And that's the rub, that you weren't even thinking about me. It's repair, because if you're in relationships, you know that conflict happens, ruptures happen, rubs happen, and being able to repair, saying that I'm committed to you in this relationship enough to put forth the effort and the emotional investment to acknowledge a wound and make a repair, take accountability, offer an apology, that is such a loving thing to do. Effort and initiation is also a way that a person can show and experience feeling loved and cared for, because we only invest in things that we value, and effort is an investment. And so when you give effort in a relationship, you are communicating to that person that I am committed to you and I'm willing to invest in us. The researchers John and Julie Gottman talk about bids for connection and how we reach for each other in intimate relationships. The ideal way and the most nurturing way you can respond to someone's bid for connection is to move towards. And so initiation is a way that we move towards in a relationship. If you like love languages, like, yay, read the book. I think there's multiple books. I think there's Love Languages, the original book that was intended for couples as the primary audience, but there is Love Languages for children. And I think there's even one that they adapted for like love languages in the workplace. So there's lots of books on love languages. And if it helps you, then I'm all about people getting what they need and what is helpful. If we are not careful, we can start expecting love languages to do something that it really is incapable of doing, because it's very superficial, and the love languages as they are can also be very performative, which means they don't feel loving. They can feel obligatory. They can feel like something that a person is doing because they should do it or they have to do it, or it can become transactional. And so love languages, they have a place. They have a place in the space of self-discovery, self-awareness, relationships, healing. It has a place. Extend beyond that. Move into how you show up in relationship, how you feel in relationship. Because if you start paying attention to or prioritizing attunement, curiosity, effort, initiation, repair, that might lead you to feeling loved in a way that love languages could never create.